Lewitt, an Austrian company who is well known for their mics, has thrown us a curveball by releasing their very first audio interface, the Lewitt Connect 6. But you would never know it was their first attempt by how well thought out it was. When I say this isn't your grandfather's audio interface, I mean it's definitely not your typical looking audio interface. I've never really seen anything like it. But first I want to point out that I paid for this Lewitt Connect 6 with my own money, and I would always welcome them as a sponsor if they wanted to be in the future. But everything I say is out of my mouth and into your ears. And if this is your first time coming to Coffee Talkin' Tech, I want to thank you. My name is John Ryan. On Coffee Talkin' Tech, we talk about ways to improve your audio and your video for live streaming and content creation. The hardware ins and outs are pretty decent on this thing. In the front, we're talking two separate headphone inputs. We have the 3.5 millimeter input and the larger 6.35, which is great to see, so you're not looking for adapters in a pinch. On the back side of the unit, we have the two combo jack mics and external instruments, so either or will plug into 1 and 2. Next to that is the balanced loudspeaker outputs. And then next to that, you have one 3.5 millimeter portable speaker output, which is kind of cool to see and really versatile. Next to that, you do have the mobile USB-C. And next to that, you have the 3.5 aux jack and another USB-C power in if needed, depending on if you're not getting enough juice, say, from your USB bus. Then you have your USB-C to PC or Mac input. All looks aside, how does it function? Well, like a lot of new hardware coming into the market, the Lewitt Connect 6 is very heavily software driven. A lot of what the software does really does favor the content creator. And that's how I'm going to be looking at this today from the content creator's perspective. So let's get into this and see what we're looking at. So even though the Connect 6 comes with a digital audio workstation, a DAW, in the form of Cubase, which is great for the creator musicians today, I'm looking at it from the basic user and content creator using it to make video for social media platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and any other platform that supports live streaming. Before we go too far, I want to show the specs on the Lewitt Connect 6 for all the people who want to know the numbers. So here you are, I'm posting this up. If you want to pause this, you can take a look. But coming from me, a person who has used some pretty good audio interfaces like the Motu M2 and the Rodecaster Pro 2, the Lewitt Connect 6 really does hold its own, and then some. So let's get into the main reasons why it's ticking so many boxes for the content creators. Be it you're using a Mac or PC with Android or iPhone, it's all supported. Great job, Lewitt. Quiet preamps that have 72 dB of gain, which lets me power my SM7B without even breaking a sweat. So we know this is important because with many other audio interfaces, you're going to have to buy either a mic booster or a cloud lifter, which adds extra expense to your audio interface. So knowing that we don't have to do this and I can use my SM7B is a huge plus. I just want to point out that the only physical thing that we can touch on this interface is that big knob that's in the middle. And it's like a multi-function knob. So when you push it down, it changes between increasing the volume in your headphones or in your loudspeakers if you push it again. And it will toggle through these things. And then if you push it again, it can control your gain. Now, also, if you do a long push, that will turn on or off the phantom power in your input 1 or input 2. And that's all that multi-function knob does. Everything else is software based. Low latency DSP effects. DSP means digital signal processing, which comes in the form of an expander, where we could see right here when you hit this, it can control your noise floor. and that's very useful for live streaming. A compressor, which can really help with presence and consistency. And here you see a 4-band EQ to custom fit your voice for any mic for how you want it to sound. Having this kind of power at your fingertips while you're streaming is incredibly important in general, and also just to have in audio recording for your videos. You can on the fly cut down a lot of that post work, which can be a real time saver. So I hope you see how incredible that is. The next thing I want to talk about is the audio routing. Audio routing can be found on the top 3 channels, out 1, 2, out 3, 4, and out 5, 6. And we could see them all here, and you can custom route any of those. So if you wanted a browser to play media from a video, or you wanted a browser to play audio for background music, you can do that. And you can have 2 separate audios coming in, and it would look like something like this. So on your left, you have an example of 2 different browsers. The top one is Chrome, the bottom is Mozilla. And if we take a look at those, and I play this, interface, and I'm powering it with we can see the audio is coming from and this is what out 1 and 2. That's where the channel is set to go, and the audio can change however loud I want it to be. And then you can have the bottom one what it sounds like. I'm recording this going out 3 and 4. And I can change that to anything I want to. So this is just an example. You could be playing background music on one browser, or you could be playing a video. It doesn't matter either way. It just shows that this routing is really powerful and cool. And the next thing is you can program your Stream Deck to play its sound effects. Like I have mine going out 5 and 6. So if I hit this photo shoot thing, you're going to hear it out 5 and 6. And that's what it's set to do and play my sound effects. That's pretty cool. That's audio routing. It's powerful. It's needed for live streamers, and it's in this unit. Another great thing that we have that sounds simple, but are submixes. And you get those through the A&B master mixes, and you can see them over each channel in the software. So let me make this a little bigger. You can see here, I have channel 1 and 2, and I can control whether or not it's going to go out to A or B on each channel. Okay, on my mobile, on anything, we can control the A and B, what goes out and what doesn't. And really an example like of this would be if you had Discord and you wanted to hear your Discord people, but you don't want to be sending that out onto the stream. So you would not send that to the stream, and you might keep that in the B mix for yourself. And it gives you a lot of versatility as a content creator to have submixes, and we have it in this Connect 6. Also, another great thing by having that USB-C mobile input in the rear of the unit, it allows you to connect your phone, and you'll be able to push out any audio from your mic inputs directly out to your phone. So if you're connecting into Instagram, you can use whatever mic you have in your inputs for your Instagram stream. And I know that you can actually stream to 2 different places at the same time. So if you were using your PC connection, you could stream to one platform and then have your phone mobile connection installed in the rear, and you could be streaming to another platform. That is possible, and it is pretty incredible to be able to have that. I'm not sure how you would use that, but it does open up possibilities for a lot of content creators to expand their horizons. So even after all that good stuff, you still get a loopback channel to use to bring in audio from other applications like Zoom or Skype, which just adds to the versatility of the Connect 6. Some of the things that I'd like to see improve would be, so Lewitt, if you're listening, this would be the shiny coating on the top. It's just a fingerprint magnet. The plastic top, I definitely think should be like a matte black or something. I'd also like to see like a little mute button, just like a quick cough button that you could just touch and it would mute the unit instead of going into the software and being able to make that change. That's a huge improvement for somebody that is live streaming. And then also, I would really love to see reverb and a de-esser added to the DSPs. I think this would be amazing, and it would even open up the doors for more people to say, wow, this thing is super powerful. And then last but not least, I really think that the control center font is a little bit small in some areas. And if it could be just expanded a little bit more bigger to help some of us older people that are looking. But no, I think it is a little bit small. So take note of that. But ending on a good note, I would just like to really express that the software is super friendly and the preamps sound really good. And for $300 US, I really like this, and I think it's a steal for what you're getting. And I just want to say, Lewitt, you did a really good job on your first outing, and I was really surprised on how much I liked this audio interface. I also want to thank my subscribers, and if you haven't been a subscriber yet, please hit that button. If that was you, thank you very much. And I hope this gave you a little bit of insight on the Lewitt Connect 6, and I will see you on the next video. I appreciate you all.